Do. Yeah. So with me today for That's All Funny, the beautiful, sexy, talented comedian, Keanu Thompson. Hey, how you doing today?
Thank you for having me. My gosh,
Yeah.
I truly, I was having tech issues, and when I say tech issues, just there are early people and late people. Okay, I'm a late person, so I just set up my new studio, and it takes me longer than I thought to just like plug in the camera and put on my face. So there
Oh,
you
it's no
have it.
worries.
Yeah.
There, like you said, there are early people, there are late people.
Mhm.
The other ones make the other ones,
As the
basically.
great Mike Birbiglia said, the early people hate the late people, and I understand that. Yes.
I don't know, but to me, they make it. Like I said, if we didn't have people that came late, we wouldn't have people that came early. So no worries.
It's
Um, and I just saw you got engaged,
I
right?
did. I know. Look at it. Look
Yeah,
at it. It's
congratulations.
thank you. I never thought I'd get married. My God.
I was gonna ask, and I mean, this is none of my business. I don't know if it's any business out
Ask me
there.
anything. I'm an open book. It's perfectly
How
fine.
how long were you all together before getting engaged?
We got engaged the morning after our 1 year anniversary of being together. But
Okay.
we've been boning for years on and off. So
Well, that's neither here
very
nor there, I
romantic, I
guess.
know, very.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
no, it's your classic rom com nowadays.
That's right.
And so only I mean only a year. A year's long. I've heard of people going years without even getting married and being together, like you said. Did he do it or did you want to do it? What was it?
Oh, no, he wanted to well, let's be honest, he's 24 years older than me, he doesn't have long left. So, I feel like he might, he's 54. I make that joke all the time, I really have to retire it, but I just can't.
He
Uh,
looks good for 54 though.
he does, he's very young at heart. He's 54 isn't old these days, and also,
No, it
they're
isn't.
going to find a way to dig up our bodies and bring us back to life anyway, so, um, he I don't know. When you know, you know. It wasn't like, "You have to marry me." He was like, "I want to marry you, if that's okay. Like, I really wanna marry you." We've been talking about it for, like like a year because we knew each other before. But when we started, like, officially, like, being together, we're like, "Yeah, this is just all we do is have fun and giggle and laugh together." Like, age difference or not, it's just like it's just right. So, anybody else that would say that to me, I'd be like, "See ya." Like, I'll cheat on you in a second, do whatever I have to do to like get the fuck out of this relationship. Absolutely not. That sounded bad. Um, but
I'm
any
sure
other like,
I'm sure a lot of women are cheering you on at that statement. That's
that
you go
sounded
girl. Yes,
wrong. No,
yes, queen and all that
yes,
jazz.
queen. No, I
Yes,
would be
queen.
like, I would say, if I wasn't a huge relationship person either. I've been in a few, but anybody that gets too mushy or like, romantic, but with his name is Gino Bisconti. He's a famous comedian and host of the show In Hot Water, if you know what that is, on Compound Media. But he when him and we've never left the honeymoon phase. We are completely repulsively affectionate and nice to each other. And so, yeah, I'm like, why not marry your best friend that you also want to bone and snuggle all the time? Right.
And I was gonna ask, not on that same topic, but like, or was it like a religious sort of reason, or was it a
Ooh.
tradition sense? Like, do you want like that storybook wedding? Are you going for a small ceremony, something like that?
This is what
Or
happens to people.
Mhm.
I'm not religious at all. I went to Catholic school. um I
Me
did
too.
first communion and uh
Confirmation.
oh, no, I didn't bother getting confirmed. At that point, I was bursting into flames in the church. But my parents were like, if they want to be Catholic, they can be Catholic. My dad's my dad's sort of atheist. My dad's like an atheist. My mom,
Mhm.
she dabbles, but like we have like an Italian Catholic family, but they just wanted us to go to the nicer school. But my mom, so it's not religious. But my nana, who just died, was like she would have been a nun if it weren't for if she didn't meet my grandpa, which I guess thank God she wanted to be a whore for once in her life, but or else I wouldn't be here. But the so and Visconti is Catholic, confirmed Catholic. Does he go to mass? No, but there's this one church that he always goes to like talk to his mom's dead. Um uh his mom's dead. Like but
That's lucky to me. I don't know. I'm not a fan of. I'm waiting for my mom to die. Let me tell you. I feel like all my anxiety and mental anguish would just it would disappear, and I'd be like, "Oh shit, she's finally gone." Like
yes,
you know what I mean?
you can talk to my grandma's living with my dad right now.
Mhm.
Who boy can he not wait for her to pass? We're just
Yeah,
like every day she gets up a little later. We're like maybe she just passed away. God,
you hold a mirror to her mouth while she's sleeping to see.
there was one time. There was one time I was visiting my dad at home, and like he was like, he said she hasn't gotten up yet. I don't think. Go check in the door, and I'm like, maybe this is it. But do I want to see a dead body? I don't really know. I really don't want to see a dead body. And then I was like, Patsy, like Patsy. And then I went to open the door, and then she swung it open, and she can't hear for shit. And we went, ah! Like,
Yeah, about turned into a horror fucking movie right
I was
there.
like, I thought you were dead. And she was like, what? I'm like, nothing.
No,
No,
yeah.
so no, we're not religious. Visconti likes that. He is sort of yes, he's religious, but he doesn't care if we get married in a church or it's not because he needs to like fulfill some marriage thing because that's what Italian Catholics do or anything. But
Mhm. And
it's
as
nice.
far as a wedding goes, you looking for that Sex in the City big old bash or just a little close friend thing?
That's what I was gonna say. This is what happens to people. I never wanted to get married, and then I was like, if you convince me of the idea of getting married, I'm like, I wanna get married like a 7-Eleven or something, like something stupid and ridiculous
The
or,
Taco Bell or something?
yeah, like something trashy, like even an Elvis drive-through wedding. I'm like, that would be hilarious. Um,
Okay.
but now this is what happens to people. The moment you put a ring on somebody's finger, then you're like, well, how do we not invite this person or that person? Or how much of a joke can we make this? Can we make it a joke at all? Do I wheel Visconti down the aisle in a wheelchair? Like, these are the questions I have. But now I'm like, God, well, I can't not have like the biggest party ever.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
the one-time thing you wanna,
Yeah.
make an event of it. I could see that.
I guess, but the church that he's this one church he goes to is like really, really cool, like Gothic Catholic vibe. I could do like
Mm.
a rock and roll sort of wedding there and like, yeah, I could do something with that. So we'll see.
No, that'd be cool. Yeah, I was just curious about that because there's some people that just, "Oh, let's keep it simple," and then, like you
I know.
said, you never really planned to get married, and now you do. Of course,
No,
things
and then
change.
I'm like,
Things
if
change.
I did, well, let's just fly to Mexico and drink some tequila and call it a day. But no, I know. We're still he's like, "Can we have 1 week where we're, like, not, worrying about it just to being gay?" I was like, "No, absolutely not. I wanna know." I don't I'm, like, thinking down to, like, instead of when we come out of the church or the 7-Eleven, I don't want them to throw rice at us. I want them to be Skittles. Like, that's how far I've thought into it now. Like
That sounds like that would hurt though,
I
but,
know. So my brother's boyfriend suggested freeze dry the Skittles so that maybe they're a little lighter.
that I don't know if that would work. That
Or wouldn't it be funny if I go on my honeymoon covered in bruises from Skittles?
yeah,
I think that'll be an interesting sight gag.
yeah, get some sorta eye damage from it hitting just
Yes.
the right way there.
Or
Uh,
even go ahead,
I
sorry.
know. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Since and I know Gino, Bisconte, is a comedian. You're a comedian as well.
Yes.
You all don't, like, clash because are you all yourselves on stage? Are you all characters on stage? And
No,
did
but Gino and I are well, Gino and I, our comedy is completely different, but I would say that we are completely ourselves on stage. Yeah, we're not.
mhm,
You don't get any more real than like what talk about in both of our like sets, if you will, our comedy.
your
Yeah,
material?
of
And so that never clashes, like, you all never I don't know,
He's a bit more
comedians,
he's a bit more political. I talk about my life. I don't really have a joke about him yet. But no, it doesn't matter. He doesn't mind anything I say, even if I were to. I make jokes about him constantly about, driving him to hospice or the hospice bus is coming for him or like we have to get married. He doesn't have long left or.
well, there's, like, there's little bits of truth in those jokes, though, you know? You can't
No,
deny it.
no, he is such a young soul. He will live till like 112 to spite me, just to see me really old and ugly. He really will. And he is like, he's a complete child at heart. Energetic, like not 54, first of all, is not old. And he looks great. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but I saw and I got a chance when I called into your show to talk to you and your mother. You're gonna age
Did you call
gracefully.
in? What's
Yeah, I
that?
did. You're gonna age gracefully because that
She
was your
looks
mother.
great, doesn't she? Oh
Yeah,
God.
no, absolutely. I'd called in and told you all your eyebrows are, like, perfect, and you were like,
You
"The boobs
did.
the eyebrows are the boobs of the face," and I
The
could not
eyebrows
agree
are the
more.
nipples of the
Oh,
face.
there we go.
Yes, they are. You have to frame them well. I forgot
Mm,
about that. Okay, that's how you know me. Wait, how
mhm.
did you know me? From are you a Compound fan and then of Gino fan or like and then a Keanu fan? Are you a Chrissy Mayer fan? Like
It all kinda goes in that same universe, like, I know Cardiff, and then, I've kinda done, who are these podcasts, and then all
okay,
that kinda, like, is under the same umbrella almost, like,
yes,
you
got
know?
it. Okay. I
They're
love
all
Carl of Who Are These Podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, and,
Give me one second.
Cardiff's
Do you
Uh-huh.
mind? Can I open my window so I don't have a fire alarm situation?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, darling. Sorry about that.
No, no worries.
Okay. So you've
No
done
worries.
their shows before, or you've listened to them before?
Yeah, I was on, Who Are These Podcasts, and then I've interviewed, some of the guys like that, like Bob Levy, Ray DeVito, and,
Okay,
uh
okay. Yes.
yeah, like, it all kind of gets, into that same algorithm almost whenever I start seeing Chrissy Mayer and then
Yes,
you,
yes,
and,
yes. We're all in the
yeah,
same
no.
sphere. Yeah.
No,
Wait,
yeah, it's
so
all
your voice does sound familiar. Are you the corn?
No, I'm not.
You're not corn diff and you're not
N
Cardiff.
No, ma'am. I
It would
am
be
r
really interesting if one of them had two podcasts or like two streams where this is me, but no one knows, and then but here I am as this
that
elusive corn.
that would take a lot of effort, and I barely have any effort to do, just to exist. Existing is just ti tiring.
This thing is horrible.
It is, it really is, like, you have no choice to exist, and now you're here putting this life, and it's just exhausting.
That is,
Ex
yes, that's a good way to put it. It's very
Yeah,
yeah, it's a lot that
yeah.
goes on.
And I remember years ago, it used to be, back when mental health wasn't a really looked upon like it is now. If you didn't
Mhm.
tell someone good morning, they would be like, "Oh, you're an asshole," like
Oh,
you
yeah. I do not wake up eat. I'm a grump in the morning too.
No.
Like I'm like, I'm ugly. Leave me be. Visconti
Uh,
like rips open the shades and like, you're beautiful. I love you. And then gnaws at me and paws at me and then tries to bone me. And I let him get one in every. I do. I let him get it in or whatever. And then I'm like, are you done? Just leave me. Can I sleep some more? And then where was I going with that? But in the South too, if you don't tell people, like if you don't wave and say good morning, you're like a bitch. I'm like, why are you
mhm,
waving at me? I
mhm.
grew up in South Carolina, but they'd be like, people in the neighborhood would be like, hey. I'm like,
Yeah,
do you know me? No, we're
there
just friendly. Oh,
is this the Southern hospitality. Yeah, that
yeah.
Gino, he looks like he'd wake up and do yoga and immediately grab like a kombucha like
He does
drink.
a kombucha or some sort of concoction that he kept in some. He, it, it looks like he'll take an old like giant jug of orange juice and fill it with this brown liquid. I'm like, just buy a water bottle. What what do you do? That looks insane. Very, very. He said, when I move in or whatever, when we live together, we're getting rid of all of these things that used to contain other things to put things in. It's not happening. No.
Did and I see you. I don't know if how open you are about your OnlyFans, but I see you do have
Open
an
book.
only.
Ask away.
Okay, cool. Does that like bother him in any way,
Mm-mm.
or
Mm-mm.
is there some stuff he asks you not to do, or you don't do out of respect for it, or you just
I've
you
never
know?
gone crazy far with my OnlyFans. I'm a comic first. I feel like
Mhm.
the difference is if you don't have some during the pandemic, I wasn't going to do stand up on the subway. Like I just wasn't. I wasn't going to do it under a tree. I was not going to do a Zoom stand up show. I just couldn't do it. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. This I'm like, well, maybe I'll just start an OnlyFans. I describe it as like a touch sexier than my Instagram. And then if you pay, you might see a boob or two. Yeah. And there's nude photos of me. And then like when I sort of just like jumped into it and didn't realize I didn't realize anybody would follow me on there. I'm like, holy fuck, this is like free money. But because I'm myself on there, the people that knew me from stand up and like, going on compound shows and like Chip Chipperson or whatever, all those people flock to it. And then if you the paid messages, I used to do like a little like full nude on there if you paid a certain amount of money. I sold one asshole pic one time for $1,000. One
Oh,
time.
jeez.
But that I will never do again because there's just something really disturbing about setting up a ring light and taking a photo of your asshole.
I don't think you could
Yeah.
ever get the right lighting of that to make it look. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
to
just
me, I don't know.
I said like I almost said as a joke. He's like, how much for a picture of your ass? This is like the first week of OnlyFans.
Oh, jeez.
He said, how much for a picture of your asshole? I said $1,000. He was like, done. I'm like,
Damn.
oh God. Well, now what do I do? I'm like, and I don't care. I'm not like squeamish about nudity or anything. It's just like we all have the same shit. Who cares, you know?
Mhm,
And my
mhm.
parents don't care. They love it. They're like, she could pay her rent now. This is great. but but um the yeah, I typically now I won't do anything more than I'll do a little nudity. Yeah, if you pay the
Mhm.
the premium prices. But Gino's always been like, I think it's empowering and cool. Like I don't mind at all. It doesn't bother me. He knows we trust each other. He knows I'm with him. I'm not what I won't do is I don't want to sit there and back and forth with you and give you the girlfriend experience.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired of my own voice. I'm tired of texting. I'm tired of talking. Like, just that's too much. But here's the main page. This is what it is. It's cheap. It's a touch sexier than the Instagram. And if you pay, I may every once in a while send out a mass nudie to the subscribers. And if they pay for it, they pay for it. If they don't, they don't. You know.
And I feel like though you would be worth like the sex phone type operator because I love you. I love a deep voiced woman. Like I don't know if it's because my mom had that same smoker
Was
voice.
she a smoker? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but as much as I like, when I'm like, I don't know, I hate my mom, I hate her, but I seem to like attract to women that are like her in bits and pieces. But yeah, like
Yeah.
a
You
female
know,
with a deep voice is so like I don't know, it's hot.
my former boyfriend, not the one that the I don't know how much you know about me, not the one who shall not be named that was like that like beat the shit out of me. Him, no, not him.
Oh,
But
jeez.
my boyfriend in between before Gino, nice guy, just we were not right together. He had a smoking fetish and he did not smoke. He never smoked a cigarette in his life. But like when we would like bone, this is like the first time we even hooked up. He was like, "Would you smoke a cigarette while I have sex with you?" And I was like, two of my favorite things, I guess, smoking and fucking. All right, sure, I'm down. And then one day I asked him, I went, why is that your thing? Like what is that? He was like, "Well, my mom used to sit in the kitchen with her friends and smoke." And I was like, that is frightening, but
But it makes
whatever.
sense. But it
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's like a mommy thing. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like,
I'll
ugh.
say I was like that too. My mom, I've never smoked in my life, but I've secondhand smoked so much just being outside with her while she talks. And
I assume you're straight, right? Or I never want to assume
you
straight.
know, I with all the genders and everything going out with the pansexual, all that,
Yeah.
I look back and I'm like, I'd like to think of myself as like asexual because I don't like the idea of sex. It seems so nasty and dirty because you're putting
There is a lot
yourself
of shame associated with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're putting yourself into someone else's body, and to me, it's like it's kind of gross if you think about it. I don't know,
It is
but
gross.
yeah,
But
but
then
I love foreplay. I love everything else.
but
Just not
with women, not men
yeah,
generally.
yeah, with
Okay.
women.
So
Although I have been attracted to one man once. You
I
know what I
love
mean?
this. Who?
No, it was like a guy I worked with, but he was very feminine. Like he was a
Yeah.
guy, but he was like, I told them, oh, I went to this concert and I want to. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go see Carly Rae Jepsen, the one that sang "Call Me Maybe," and like I was like, like
Great
I
song. Like,
like because I love pop music, and then he
I
had
do
like a
too. Oh my
yeah,
God.
I was like,
Yes. That's a
I,
fantastic song. Okay, so then you were like, I'm
it,
having some interesting feelings for this gentleman.
yeah,
Like,
we clicked on all ways, and he had like a little biker's body, so like I found him like attractive,
I
and
love that. Okay,
yeah,
good.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've ever had that where you may be straight, but you just see a female and you're like, she's gorgeous, she's hot. You know what I mean?
I'm very I'm not I've eaten my fair share of cookie during my day. Because I'm always the guest star in a threesome. I've been the guest star in a threesome many a times, but somebody always ends up crying. And it's never me. I'm just
Okay, that's good.
trying to
That's
leave.
good.
Yeah. A lot of couples, but I'm not attracted to women in that way. Like I'll do it like in a pinch, I guess. But I've never been with a woman alone. I really appreciate female beauty though. But like I get what you're saying. Have you ever seen the show? Have you ever seen the show The L Word?
No, no, I have not.
Okay, The L Word is it's for lesbian, not love.
Oh, okay.
It's a Showtime show. It's the most ridiculous show of all time. But there's like 45 seasons of it. And there's this
Jeez.
one lesbian, not 45, but you know,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
there's this one lesbian in it. Oh God, I can't remember her name. The oh, it's killing me. I'll have to look it up. But there's this one lesbian in the show, and she's so androgynous, and she just looks like a tall, skinny white boy, like rocker. And I was watching it, And I was watching it and watching it. I'm like, am I am I gay? Or is it just this one like very androgynous, tall, but female, but somehow very masculine woman? So I mean, sexuality,
Yeah.
it's a spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and, of course, like, I've always been after women. I'm very old-fashioned, but like I said, that one time it was like, "Oh,
I'm
this guy's"
confused.
th I was like, "This guy's kinda cute," and I'm not afraid to, like, think that, and a real nice body.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, love that. This
s
is very progressive of us. I love that.
I do love women, though. I did mess around a lot in high school, not high school, right after high school with, like, my cousin, but she was like
Yeah.
a third cousin.
Why do I know everybody that's fucked their cousin? It's the strangest thing.
I never, like,
I know you
fucked
with
her,
your
but,
third
we
cousin.
yeah, we
What's
messed
your
around.
nationality?
Hispanic.
Okay, my the smoking fetish boyfriend. I mean, maybe first date. He told me like, yeah, one time my parents caught me. I went on a date. They told me to like entertain my third cousin, and then they caught me like walking down the street with her, like holding hands. And then I was like, that's weird. All right. Then it turned into like we messed around. Then it turned into we had sex. Then it turned into it was my second cousin. And then it turned into it was my first cousin. It was
Oh,
my
geez.
I said, oh
Oh,
my, come on, man. What? What?
no, I think my grandmother and her grandmother were, like, first cousins, and so, at some point,
Okay.
the blood is, like, to me, when you have Kool-Aid and there's more ice than there is Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
so the blood's watered down, I think,
Yeah. If you got pregnant, the baby probably wouldn't have downs.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. The
And you
chances
just
were
fooled around with her. You didn't bone
it
her, not like my
yeah,
ex. I know
uh,
how to pick them.
no, we just messed around, and, when you're with the Hispanic, family, it's a lot harder because you could even have people in your family that are your quote unquote uncles, and they're not even related to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. Whatever. We're older now. I look back on
So
it.
she's still did you, like, go to her quinceañera and then, like, be like
Oh no, we were already older, and it was like 19 during she was 19, I was 21 or 22,
yeah.
and we were young, and I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, it probably wouldn't have worked out, whatever. But
Free will.
it was a great will they won't they romance of cousins. So
That is hysterical. Oh my god. One
it's
of my buddies in, one of my best friend he's dead now. One of my best friends in, South Carolina, it's actually my brother's, ex-boyfriend who inevitably became one of my best friends. They're very South, very Southern. He said to us one day, yeah, his parents that are married still, they're like distant cousins. Married. They married each other. Like it's I guess it's not unheard of, but
yeah.
definitely not ideal.
Well, you could go that whole we're all cousins in God's eyes argument, but
I guess. Well,
I'm not gonna use that mulligan.
yeah.
No, I'm
I
gonna
don't
I'm
think
gonna yeah, I'm gonna take the shame and say I shouldn't have done that, but I still did.
yeah,
So
it's not ideal. You should
no,
not marry your cousin, let alone hook up with them or be attracted to that because it's so wrong. But I
yeah,
also I don't believe that I have a period because some woman named Eve ate an apple and a snake told her not to. Like
oh yeah.
cousins in God's eyes, please. We don't just come from two people.
Any way to justify it in my sick mind.
I love it.
Do you? Let me see what I have here. I see. No, did I talk about that? Oh, I see you're very close to your mom.
Hmm.
Like I said, I used to be close to mine, but now I kind of wish she was dead. Could not stand her. She's
That's
evil.
sinister. I love that. Yeah.
Do you think it's a red flag for guys to be close to their moms? or like any other red flags for you? Because I don't know, like, in your typical like book, it tells you, hey, if he's close to his mother, that means he's a good keeper. But I feel
Yeah.
like also if he was close to his mom, he would argue with you because his mom's telling him what to do in the relationship.
That's an interesting question. I don't find it to be a red flag at all. Granted,
Hmm.
I'm not I'm not this is going to sound bad. I'm not I'm not glad Visconti's parents are both dead cancer. But I that would be an added pressure of them like liking me. But he does say to me all the time, he gets very emotional about it. And it's like, my mother would have loved you. Like, I'm great with parents, but that would be kind of frightening. Like, if my parents didn't like Gino and they love him,
Hmm.
they love him, then it would be a no go for me because I'm so close. My mom and my dad are my best friends. Like, that's so lame and sad. Sad. Um,
No, it's
yeah,
refreshing to me because you
yeah.
hear parents are divorced
And mine
or
are divorced, and they're still
oh
even friends. Yeah, they get along famously. We spend every holiday together. Like they hang out even when me and my brother aren't there. So I think it's a green flag if the guy's close with his mom.
mhm.
If you don't live up to her, then you are just not the woman for him, I guess. But no, I think it's a good thing to be close with your parents. Yeah.
You do? No, I
Yeah.
I
So
I
you'll be
understand that.
alone forever. I'm just
I
kidding.
I don't mind that. I feel like the world's, burning already, so we're all gonna burn together. Here here's a personal question, and again, you don't have to answer. I don't know how sensitive it is. Do you want children? Do you see your
No,
you don't?
no, yeah, no.
Does he want children?
As he always says, he's trying to slip one past the goalie, and he's plugging on my 30-year-old. Yeah, because I have an IUD, but he always says like he'll do whatever I want. He is the best thing ever. He's like, I'll do whatever I want, but um I have never wanted kids and I don't think it's for me. And he does plug on my 30-year-old heartstrings. And then when we do talk about it, I'm like, maybe, maybe. But I don't mean that. In my compromise would be, and I've always said this, when I'm manifesting it, when I'm Kardashian rich, and famous,
Mhm.
and I had someone that could just basically take care of the child and I could just wear it like as an accessory, like a purse, and then
Uh-huh.
just hand it away. Um, uh, then maybe then and only then. But also what comes with that is like Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian did, the newest funnest thing is to just pop the baby in someone else. And I think that's good. I don't think birth disgusts me. I don't want to ruin my body. I don't find that cute. I can't drink White Claw. I can't smoke cigarettes if I'm pregnant. Like these are the things that I'm considering. So if I could just pop it into somebody else and it would still be me and Gino's child, his sperm, and they'd
Mhm.
have to harvest one of my eggs, which is
Mhm.
disgusting, but I'd be willing.
Mhm.
Then uh then I would have a kid that way. But he's like, no, 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 no. He was like, he said, I would refuse that because that baby has to have your energy and I would dote on you the whole time. I'm like, that's gross. I don't want to be a big, fat woman with a parasite growing inside of me and you trying to like talk to my womb. Ugh,
No, that is
no.
essentially what it is
It is.
your
It's like a
yeah,
parasite. Yeah.
it is. I've seen it. What does it do? It probably takes away, like, half of your life or a quarter of your
Yeah.
life.
Some women, if you're malnourished, like you lose your teeth. You
You lose
can
your
lose,
hair.
yeah, or your hair. It's like
Mhm,
sucking the life out of you.
mhm,
Yeah,
literally.
I just find birth gross. I mean, you never know what'll happen in life, but I don't think that's for me. And he doesn't mind that either. And I don't dislike kids. I see a squishy baby nowadays. I'm like, look at that squishy baby. But okay, take it back. It's
Mhm.
great. It's great that it's yours. So
Oh, no, and it's good that you all seem to be on the same page, or at least he's like, "Hey, it's your river, I'll flow on it." You know what I mean? Like,
he's so good about that. He's like,
yeah.
whatever you want to do, but you know that that would be the happiest baby alive. I'm like, of course, but I don't want to be a fat cow. Is that all right?
No, no,
Yeah.
that's a completely legitimate, reason. It really
And
is.
I say that too because not it needs to be normalized for women to be like, I don't want to ruin my body. I don't want that to happen to me. That's why, like, you wouldn't fix your own car, would you? Are you a mechanic?
No, me, no. My
Right.
sister got all that. I don't know a thing about cars. No.
So I look at it like surrogacy is like, why don't you just pop it in somebody that likes giving birth and is good at it?
Well,
Right?
especially nowadays where it could take your egg and his
Yeah,
sperm.
it's not it's still our child. We just
Yeah.
outsourced the growth of it. That's
Mhm.
all. Yeah.
The incubator or whatever is,
No, yeah, he will not have that though. He's like, absolutely, no, 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 we would never do that.
oh, he needs to get out of that old-fashioned mindset and
Yes,
start thinking about
I
the future.
know.
Well, I'm gonna say it's been like a pleasure talking with you. I'm gonna ask you one more question, take up too
Love it.
much of your time. What is do you, I don't know if you cook, uh, like what is your go-to dish? Like the dish you can make that's
Ooh,
like perfect, the one that you impress people with, the one that like is your
good
go-to.
question.
This is what I make. This is
I'm
what,
gonna
and
steal
you,
this question from you for Keanu Cast.
yeah, and the one that you know, like I do this perfect, like no
Okay.
one else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have like if you looked at my refrigerator in my I live alone. If you looked at my refrigerator, it's like a refrigerator from a fraternity. Like there's just White Claw and maybe maybe half of an old grilled cheese in there. But I love cooking, but I have to have somebody to cook for. So like here's a few things I can do. Carbonara, I can make a fantastic carbonara. And of course, like that it's the bacon and eggs of pasta. It's delicious. Like
Oh yeah,
I can
wow,
make
that
that
sounds
for
good.
bisconti. I can do steak really well. I can
Hmm.
do a steak really well.
I wonder why
And
this guy
then
loves you. Shit, you got all the food straight to his heart.
I know I can fucking whip up something in a pinch. I cannot bake. Too mathy. But is there one more that I'm thinking of? Carbonara steak. Um They're all pasta dishes. I know there's one more I'm missing, and he'll watch this and be like, "Oh my god, how did you miss that carbonara steak?" Da, 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 da. I like any pasta. I can make an aglio olio. What is my go-to to impress people? A Cuban sandwich. I have not even made this for Bisconti yet, but I can make the best Cuban sandwich you'll ever eat in your life. Yes.
Can you describe what the contents are of a Cuban sandwich?
Oh, have you never had a Cuban sandwich?
I've never
Okay.
had a Cuban
So
sandwich. It
you can
sounds
either
illegal.
do we can go to Cuba now. No, it's a sandwich with no internet or phone service.
Yeah.
It's a sandwich you send across the waters in a boat. No, um, a Cuban sandwich. It's like grilled bread. I use like ciabatta. And you got to weigh it down. Like they weigh it down with like a brick if you're like talking like old school. But you got to do butter and olive oil on the bread and crisp that shit up and melt it all together. And it's um you use pulled pork, provolone cheese, and then ham, and then it's yellow mustard, cannot be any other kind of mustard, and then pickles, and then the pickles cannot be like this kind of pickle. They have to be like strips of pickles, so you get pickle in every single bite. It is it sounds insane, but it's the best sandwich of all time, and it has to be grilled and toasted and smushed down, and then you wrap it up in tin foil, and then you it's like a whole cute deal.
Jesus, I'm not. I don't like mustard or pickles. I think mustard's the devil's lubricant, and pickles are the devil's dildo.
It's
Yeah, I cannot
pickles
stand
are
those.
pickles are just, brined cucumbers. So
Yeah.
maybe I think you need to give them another chance. It's the best sandwich. It is the best sandwich.
No, I would give it a chance if you bricked one up. I'm sure I would give it a good
Where do you live?
I am in Texas.
If you have, my brother and his boyfriend live in Texas, in Austin. They just moved there.
Oh yeah, that's
They
great.
they seem to, well, they moved there a year ago, but um they seem to like it. Well, if you're ever in New York, now that I have a studio, I can have guests. And when you can come on Keanu Cast and I will make you live on the air a Cuban sandwich. And we will change your mind about mustard and pickles. Something's always on fire in New York. If you can hear that, I
And
apologize.
you're in New York. Are you there with the flood going on right now, or?
Apparently, it's flooded outside, but I'm on the second floor, so I don't
Oh,
really haven't
you're
noticed.
perfect.
Yeah,
You're perfect then.
it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
it
all
was.
over the news.
It was rainy getting home from Bisconti's house, but I took an Uber. I didn't. But the subway is like about about to collapse. Apparently, I don't
For
know.
real. Looked all like the like biblical, going over there.
No,
And
we were
and it
trying to bone this morning, and then we kept getting alerts on our phones. We're like flood. What's flooding? I don't know.
and all I see on Twitter are like, "Where are the rats? Where are the rats?" Like that's all anyone's caring about.
What about the poor rats? They'll drown. The expression like a drowned rat. Yeah, that's me.
Well, I really appreciate your time. You're hilarious. You're beautiful.
Thank you. This was so much
Yeah.
fun. I'm so
Yeah,
glad you
no.
called into Keanu Cast, by the way. That was like the first day with the phones. That was a good thank you for complimenting our eyebrows. And
Oh no, they're gorgeous.
well, you gotta I'll send you the link whenever you want if you want to pop on. They normally go like 8 hours for Christ's sake. So
Jesus, I think I had a stream once go for or interview go for 4 hours, and I was so tiring. I don't know how y'all do that long.
I
I
we're
could.
perfectly fine. We don't intend to. We don't intend
Uh-huh.
to. But then afterward, I'm like,
Mhm.
I just sat there, but I'm going to pass away. Like exhausted.
Like that. I just sat there, but that was exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know the exact feeling, but yeah, I have all your links there, your YouTube, your Twitter, your
Thank
Instagram,
you.
your OnlyFans. Is there anything else you want to push or say?
You can find my comedy dates on my Instagram or Twitter. So Keanu C Thompson everywhere. You'll find all that stuff on there. But yeah, and listen to Compound Media. If you like me, you'll like Gino Visconti. Listen to In Hot Water because it's a very fun show, and I tend to call in from time to time. So
Well, that's a treat. And no, I appreciate your time again. I'd love to be on your Keanu cast.
please pop in.
More.
My mother will love you, and then
Oh,
me.
she's.
She could be your mother, and then so you don't have to worry about your mother dying. You can just like, she dies, she dies.
Oh no, I'm a curse. My mother's cursed me. But yeah, no, thank you so much. I hope you stay
Thank
safe
you.
in New York, and
Oh yeah,
uh,
man.
ha- yeah, be safe and have a great rest of your day.
You
Bye.
as well, my love.